Hi, I'm Lee Stevens from easycurtains.co.uk, and I get lots and lots of people telling me my ceiling isn't strong enough to support a ceiling fixed curtain track. I need to know where the joists are so I can fix all my brackets into the joists. Your ceiling almost undoubtedly is going to be strong enough because I've fitted thousands of these bay tracks over the 30 years almost, and also the joists are never going to be in the right place to fit all your brackets. If you watch my other fitting videos, you'll see how I approach this. You don't need to know where all the joists are because they're not going to be in the right place. So you can hear that's hollow. All ceilings are hollow, or almost all ceilings, unless you've got a concrete ceiling, but almost nobody does in a domestic dwelling. So if you're hanging domestic sized curtains, even big ones, blackout, floor length, really wide, as long as they're not like 4 meters long and 6 meters wide and you truly are super heavy stage curtains. But this website is not about those kind of curtains and those kind of tracks. It's about domestic sized curtains, domestic sized windows. So you're going to present your track to the ceiling. You're going to screw all the screws in. If you have bad fittings, then you use the plugs that we supply. The plugs we supply with the screws will suit 98% of the fittings that you need to do and give you a firm enough fixing. You're almost certainly, when you're doing all the brackets up into the ceiling and just driving the screws in, you're going to hit some timber in the ceiling. Fantastic. You only need to worry about the ones where you don't. The ones where you don't, then if our plugs are still not giving you a firm enough fixing, which is highly unlikely, then there's a couple of other fittings here that we use, and you can find the links to these in this video, and also if you're watching it in the right place you'll see the links below the video. Now use these. We only use these if our regular fittings fail, and that's almost never, but it's handy to know where they are, where you can get them from. I get both of these from Screwfix, nice and cheap. So start with the basics and then move on to these if you have to. Now at the ends of the track, on each end, just within the ceiling, just within the bay, there's going to be a beam across the top of the ceiling. Now, almost certainly in most houses now, you're going to find it's a metal lintel. If it's timber, fantastic. You just drive the screw in, you've got a good grip. If it's metal, you're going to need to use the drill bit that you can find in the link in this video that takes you to Screwfix. And it's a 3.5mm high-speed drill bit, and it will pilot a hole into the lintel. You'll be able to use the screws we supply to then drive directly into that hole without using your plug. That'll grip. If you've got a track that returns out of the bay on each side, almost certainly it's going to be going into brickwork. So use the plug supplied 6mm masonry drill bit, drill the hole, fix your wall fix bracket on the return. So that's fundamentally it. Don't worry, you don't have to go upstairs and pull the floorboards up. You don't need to start looking, where every individual joist is, because they're not going to be in the right place to support your track. You're going to be moving your brackets to where the joist is, but it's not going to give your track the support to suspend your curtains from this track. So forget about that. Just follow the guide, the fitting guide, and they will show you how to fit our tracks. And then also just use the links in this video to get the bits that you may need. You don't have to buy all these straight away. Just nip out to your local branch if you need them, but almost certainly you're not going to need them, other than these 3.5mm drill bits for piloting the lintel across the top, so your last bracket on each side before your track turns out of the bay. If it's not turning out of the bay, then the end of the track here is going to be nice and secure to hang your curtains, because it's going to be fixed into that metal lintel. And if it's a wooden lintel in a really old house, then fantastic. Don't need to do any drilling. You just screw the screws directly in and you've got a super solid fixing. So I hope that helps. And if you have questions as you move along, ordering, fitting, then just get in touch.